This is CNBC's live blog covering Asia-Pacific markets. Asia-Pacific markets were mixed ahead of central bank decisions this week, and inflation numbers from the US and China. The Bank of Korea, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, the Bank of Thailand and the Central Bank of the Philippines have their monetary policy meetings scheduled this week. S&P Global expects all four banks to hold their rates steady, but also added in its note that the Bank of Korea may be amongst banks which are close to lowering rates and the rhetoric will be in focus. The BOK was among one of the earliest Asian banks to halt its rate tightening cycle in 2023. Later in the week, US and China inflation numbers will also be in focus, with China also releasing trade data for March on Friday. Japan's Nikkei 225 rebounded to cross the 39,000 mark, gaining 1.01% in early trade, while the broad-based Topix rose 0.77%. South Korea's Kospi slipped 0.17%, while the small-cap Kosdaq saw a larger loss of 0.76%. In Australia, the S&P/ASX 200 started the day up 0.15%. Futures for Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index stood at 16,779, pointing to a stronger open compared with the HSI's last close of 16,723.92. On Friday in the U.S., all three major indexes regained ground after a stronger-than-expected jobs report, with the Labor Department's report showing that job growth totaled 303,000 in March. Non-farm payrolls were expected to increase by 200,000, according to Dow Jones estimates. Wages rose 0.3% for the month and 4.1% from a year earlier, both in line with estimates. The 30-stock Dow climbed 0.8%, while the S&P 500 gained 1.11%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite advanced 1.24%. CNBC's Pia Singh and Alex Herring contributed to this report. Despite logging a lackluster performance last week, the Pan-European Stoxx 600 index is around 7.5% higher year-to-date and up over 15% over the last 12 months. However, Goldman Sachs analysts noted that investors are questioning how much upside is left, and recommended that investors consider a specific trading strategy. They also updated their conviction list of top stock picks for April. CNBC Pro subscribers can read more here. Amala Balakrishner Morgan Stanley names 3 overlooked global tech stocks that it says look cheap right now. The bank said the theme of broadening out is set to become more important, and investors will increasingly look to quality small caps at attractive valuations as sources of alpha. It is overweight rated on all three stocks and gives one nearly 100% upside. CNBC Pro subscribers can read more here. Crude oil futures may have more room to rally as the commodity has formed a bullish chart pattern. U.S. crude and Brent entered a golden cross this week, which is when the 50-day moving average outpaces the 200-day moving average. Investors typically view a golden cross as an indication of positive momentum and the potential for further upside. The 50-day moving average for U.S. crude of $79.